Good morning and welcome to MFAC Coaching. It's morning when I am recording this video. It's probably afternoon when I put this video out. So good afternoon also. And of course, good evening if you're listening to it in the evening. Today I'm going to do an Erin Condren horizontal spread. Mainly focusing on the Plant Mama book. This is one of my favorites. It's just beautiful. And I'm just doing that in honor of Palm Sunday that just passed. And if that interests you, I'm going to do that while I talk about some of the interesting things I've learned about the psychology of lists and why list making is so beneficial for people. So, with that in mind, come back after the break. Welcome back, everyone. I have a few ideas in my head already. So this is my podcast planner, as you may know. And I've been doing it where I put one thing on Friday because that's when we record, and then one little thing on the rest of the days trying to remind myself to do our Instagram. But we've changed things up a little, and I'm still in charge of, I make most of the Instagram posts, but my co-host actually ends up doing most of the posting because I still have not figured out a good way to motivate myself to do that part. I'm just not good at it. So if anyone has suggestions for best ways to kind of motivate yourself to do Instagram, let me know. I would love to hear them. I had an alarm on my phone for a while, but that only worked for a little while. And then I started to ignore the alarm because I don't like it when my phone tells me what to do. I've tried just like saying I'll always do it at 3. I don't know. I still just need to figure it out. But I'll see. So all of that to say that I'm still going to have a box right there. So that's going to be where I'll list out what we do in the next episode, what we talk about. And then I'm going to do a couple other lists on the other side or down here for places where I can write down either what it is that I need to create in terms of posts, like a checkoff list, or like sometimes I need a book list, different questions that I'm going to have to ask my co-host, things like that, things that I can write down. So I can always have a list of what we need. So this box right here or this box right here seems perfect for that. I'm loving this one with the reading. We talk about books on the podcast. So I'm going to grab this one. So now that I realize that what I do on my channel is really and talk about lists. And if you missed last week's video, you missed my revelation that the form of planning that I do is I put lists in different planners and then like essentially a bunch of brain dumps, and then go from there in terms of figuring out what needs to get done when in what I call my catch-all planner. And I didn't realize that's what I was doing until I was talking to you guys through these videos. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just really make fancy lists. Huh, I didn't realize that. So now I do realize that. And I'm going to lean into that a little bit more. And so then I, of course, did some research into lists instead of just research into planning in general. And that was super interesting. So here's the thing that I can't stop thinking about that I need you guys to all to know. Did you know that on average in Western countries, people report having 15 ongoing goals and projects occurring at one time. So no wonder we all need to plan and make lists. I mean, the brain can barely, well, it just can't handle that almost at all. And we know that. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm a psychologist in my educational training. I am not a psychologist in the sense that I do not have my license, but I teach psychology classes. And, ooh, this is exciting. My husband's setting up some fancy lighting for me, so you might hear that in the background. But in psychology classes, what we teach is that the brain can't really handle more than 7 data sets at one time. That is why a phone number is 7 numbers. That's the average number that people can remember. And then, of course, you can do this thing called chunking, and that's why all of a sudden you can see the phone number is the area code, and then the first 3 numbers, and then the last 4 numbers, we chunk it because we can remember 7 chunks. The idea that that we are all thinking about 15 different things at a time explains why we all need either lists or plans or something, to be able to get everything we need to done. We can't remember 15 things. If you are trying to keep all of those 15 things in your head, I'm sorry, but you will not be successful. It is just literally physically impossible. But I feel like this palm tree, this is the Happy Memories Holidays book. A little older of a sticker book. But I love this palm tree. I'm not sure where I want to put it. We're going to try it right here. Originally wasn't intended to overlap them, but we'll see. Whoa, do you guys see the light? Ah, it's ripping. That's what I didn't want to see happen. All right, rip just a little. Ooh, look at that. That's some real lighting there. Need something for like up here. It'd be good if it was like a strange size that a Happy Planner rarely has any of. Although maybe just their regular box size would be good. Let's see what I can find. All right, I do think my best bet's gonna be in the Plant Mama book. So let's go through it. Sorry, I have plans this weekend. It's so cute. This is an interesting size. Maybe something like that. I think we'll go ahead and do this one. Then it's just a question of what spacing do I want? Sometimes I like to have things touching, and other times I don't. I'm gonna try not there. And maybe one more smaller list of things down there. To do this kind of olive color. There we go. I'll do that. Okay. Another thing I learned going back to the psychological studies is that psychologically speaking, even just one unfinished goal can actually really cause a burden on the body. And so you can start to feel really overwhelmed purely because one task was not completed, or one task, like you didn't write it down. Like, just we've all done that thing where in the middle of the night you like wake up because you realize that you didn't do something, you didn't pay a bill, you didn't do whatever, and you were just like, oh my gosh. And that stress, like, you can, like, I know people are feeling it with me right now. It is, that stress is real. And yeah, so just one unfinished goal. And the interesting thing about lists is you can start to feel like something has been completed purely because you've written it down. So that can be both a good thing and a bad thing, of course, if you write it down and then it feels like it's done and then you don't actually do it. But if writing it down gives you that sense of peace, then because you know that it's on the list and you're going to do what's on the list, that's also a really beneficial thing. So you got to make sure, so writing it down, having that list can really lead you to a healthy space, because it gives you just enough of a feeling of accomplishment and of security that you're going to get something done, which I just thought was super, super interesting. And super interesting to think about, even just this idea that by writing it down, you can ease your own anxiety. All right, I think we're actually almost done. Oh, I don't want to do what I was just doing there. I do want to play with some of these leaves. They're fern palm leaves, which I just love. I think they're gorgeous. I'm feeling like just one up here will kind of balance that page out. And then one down here would also be a good way to balance. These are fun, like they're kind of shiny. Okay. Then I just have to decide what type of thing we want in this area right here. Could do another like monstera leaf. This is a recollection sticker book that's all leaves. I also like this, you can do this. Don't have anything really motivational yet, other than the belief in yourself, which I love. I do love word plays. I don't always love it when people spell words wrong, but that one's cute. I'm okay with that one. There we go. And I think we'll do one monstera leaf kind of over here. That's gonna fill that space and look really cute. Yep, that's all we need, I think. So this is looking a bit more collage-y than normal, but I'm okay with that. So let me know what you think. Nothing's touching in these. That's a different thing for me. Lots of times I like to have things that are kind of grouped and overlapping. But then also let me know If you have 15 ongoing goals and projects, is that what led you to start to plan? Do you recognize the burden that you have by just one unfinished task, and are you made to feel a little bit better simply by writing it down? Let me know. And thanks for hanging out with me today. It's been a little different while I try out some new lighting, but let me know what you think. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Have a great one. Bye.